what you're looking at here is, I'm going to do a little taste test. And it's actually called cupping. And what you do is you put a certain amount of coffee and a certain amount of water, and you let it sort of steep. You can see all the grounds have come to the top for 4 minutes. Then you let it cool down. You move the grounds out of the way, then you clean them off. You smell the aroma, you give it a taste, and then you see what it tastes like. Now, in this particular case, the reason I'm sort of showing you this is that this is exactly the same coffee bean, but the one here is roasted to a different degree than the one here. But it's the same bean. It's not like one is different than the other. They both come from exactly the same thing. So it really matters how you do the roasting as to how you're going to change the characteristics of that coffee and thusly the taste. Hi everybody. I just wanted to go over a couple little points today that about the videos, where the content is going. You know, I put out a sort of a question that was, do you think I should split Eleuthera and the other? And I got a lot of comments. Some were on this channel, some were private messages, some were on Facebook. So there was varying opinions as to, you know, whether I should split them or keep them together. So I've thought about that quite a bit, and you know, I can understand the differentiating the two because they're separate, sort of. But then when I get, you know, right down to it, I'm looking at it and going, well, you know, the whole thing started as being part of Eleuthera. It was a daily of how life is, not only on the island, but also what we do. So in that regard, you know, keeping it continuing as sort of one platform, and it will transform, seems to me to be a better logical choice, because this is what our life is, and this is what our life is here now. Our life will change when we end up moving to Vermont, but this is how things are going. This is the day-to-day. You know, I know people would much prefer to have the pretty drone shots and off to this beach and off to that beach and all that kind of stuff, but right now, in all honesty, I just don't have the time. You know, I've got 1,000 things to try to contemplate, so that, you know, there's a lot of times that we're going for a beach walk or around town or doing what we need to do, and then the rest of that time is being spent in a myriad of ways, you know, thinking of how we're going to package the coffee. You know, we're going to have the coffee bags. What type of coffee bags? What type of seals? What type of logos? Where are we going to hand print those? What are the costs on all of these things? Because all of that has to be figured out. And that's, you know, okay, are we going to offer a sample one, 2 ounce, and then a full size? How are we going to market all of this? Where is this all going to come? So there's like a billion. I mean, you know, we've been looking into Shopify, costs of a new website, and not only that, plus roasting coffee and everything else that goes on in the course of a day. So that's basically what our life is now. Yeah, it's not the happy, let's go to the beach, let's take the drone shots, and those will come here and there kind of thing while we're still here. But eventually this platform is still life, but it's going to turn more into the roasted. And I'm not sure what I'm going to call it. Roasted life, or roasted on the road when we travel, or something to that effect. Also been thinking about all of that, how that's going to go. So my thinking is that I'm going to keep it the same. Yeah, I know some people aren't going to like that. And I get that. You know, I know there's a group of people that came and watched this channel to see what life on Eleuthera was like. Not so much, you know, the nitty-gritty of Todd and Sid's life, but what the island had, it had to offer, the ins and outs of things here, and that's just not our focus anymore. You know, and I'm sorry, I apologize, I wish it was different, but it isn't. This is the way it is. We have to move in another direction. So with starting a new business, moving back to the US, building a house, a brand new house, all of that, and we'll be doing all of this, and this will all be part of that. So that platform will change, and those people who are interested in finding out what we're doing, how we're doing it, learning about coffee and all that, that mix will change along the way. Yeah, there's not going to be the pretty drone shots of Eleuthera, and there's not going to be the beach walks and all that, and yeah, in all honesty, it sucks, but you know, there's nothing I can do about it. This isn't South Florida where I can just set up as a US resident and do whatever I want. This is a foreign country, so I've got to do what I have to do, and if I can't do it here and make a living at it, gotta do it. So my opinion is that we're going to keep this channel going sort of the way it is. It's going to be what we do, how we live, things that come up, how we deal with them, and bits and, you know, Eleuthera stuff, coffee stuff. It'll be a mix of what actually happens in the course of our day-to-day lives here. So I hope that explains it a little better. Are you going to like it or not? That I can't tell you. But I think it needs to go that way. Maybe you have a different opinion, and I know other people do because they've written me and said so. But, you know, there's nothing I can do about that. I mean, if somebody wants to, you know, ship me over a box of money, or all of a sudden my bank account shows that there's a large sum of money and I don't have to actually work and just go around droning stuff, I'm there. But until that happens, or somebody develops a trust fund for me, I'm going to work and I need to make money, so that's how it's going to go. So today was a prime example of exactly what's been going on. I've been, you know, emails to coffee distributors, testing different coffees, roasting different coffees, and all of those little pieces that all go together. And I haven't even left the house today. I mean, that's how it is. I haven't gone anywhere. I haven't done anything. It's been just, and I've still got work to do. I've got a couple more other roasts because I'm trying to put as much energy as I can when I can. Like today wasn't a great day to go anywhere anyway. It was kind of cloudy, windy. So I take today and I did some paperwork. I had some accounting I had to get finished up. And that's basically what today has been. It wasn't exciting. It is what it is. I mean, I'm finding some great coffees and trying. It's all part of an experiment. I mean, I wish it was easier because I wish I could just tell you, okay, this coffee, just go roast, boop, 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 and boop, great, done, wonderful. Oh, comes out exactly like you said. Sort of like making a cake or something. But it doesn't work that way because you've got environmental conditions, you've got the heats, you've got the different beans, you've got moisture. There's all kinds of things that are involved in it. So, and unfortunately, the only way you can tell, you know, that's the hard part of the roasting the coffee part, is that when you're sort of, it's just Sid and I roast the coffee, I let it sit for a while, I'll cup it, or I will take it and then try doing a regular cup, let it initially smell it, then taste it, then as it cools, see what it does. And if I like it, great, I make a note in the book, we try to duplicate. If I don't like it for whatever reason, then I try to do it again. And you know, this is one of those, it's a tough thing, and I think we'll talk more about that, but it's the, you know, once you've had good coffee and you're like, oh boy, that's good. It's not just a matter of, you know, taking liquid caffeine in some taste that tastes like coffee. Okay, like my father says, I just like coffee. So he just likes coffee. He likes the taste of that, you know, harsh, and he doesn't even, he drinks decaf anyway. So that's what he likes. But once you start, and you know, that's part of my problem, is once you start knowing and tasting the different coffees and what you can have, it becomes sort of a catch-22 of how fanatical do you get about it. And I don't think you, I mean, I want to make it for everybody out there so that it becomes a great cup of coffee. And so I've been giving it out to friends here and there and telling them, you know, just telling them a number. I haven't been telling them where it's from or anything else. So I can get their unbiased opinion of what that coffee tastes like to them, the way they brew it. And hopefully it's a good experience. But if they start, or anybody starts, getting so fanatical about, oh, I've got to find that perfect cup of coffee, then you sort of start losing, I don't know what the right word is, or how, but it becomes too much of a focus. You lose the enjoyment part, the experience part, and that's part of what coffee is. It's a process that you go through and that you can sit, enjoy, and experience. And I think you're seeing that, depending on where you live, all throughout the world, is that now coffee isn't just something you consume just to get a buzz or as just a drink or to, you know, get you through the afternoon or get you through the morning. It's become more of an experience thing where if you go to a coffee shop, they brew up that particular one, maybe they've got muffins that go with it or baked goods that are fresh. So it's more of the experience, and I think that's where coffee is going, is to more of this experience route. But it doesn't always, I mean, you shouldn't go around, oh, this one's got the best coffee, and that one, and this one, and that one. You got to take the time to enjoy it and experience it no matter what it is, for the good or the bad. But that's, you know, I can get fanatical about it because I'm going to try to make the really great coffee for people to enjoy. But on the other end, I don't think you can, because that, you know, that starts getting in the way of everything. When you start getting, well, fanatical's another topic and we're not going to go there. But it's never good to be fanatical. It's good to have a good cup of coffee, enjoy it. I forgot what I was going to say. But it's not good to be fanatical. Just enjoy the coffee. If it's a bad cup of coffee, enjoy the experience and say, okay, it wasn't a great cup of coffee. Why? Did I brew it wrong? I don't know. But that's okay. It was a nice afternoon on the porch or in the shop or wherever you had that coffee. So make it one way or the other an enjoyable experience. Everybody wins.